This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
Welcome aboard on the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. I'm Nate Clayberg. Flying solo for the girls' game. Jason Pilcher will join us for the boys' contest once he leaves the bench side as the assistant coach for the girls' team. But Anthony Baugh on the controls, Eric Clark up on camera as we are set for night number 3 this week of being in up here in the upper patio in the South Gym. And tonight it's basketball. Last night, very exciting wrestling duel with Jesup taking the wins over Janesville as well as Union. Girls winning on Tuesday against Wapsie Valley in a JV varsity contest. The boys got moved to Tuesday next week. But tonight it is Jesup and the Oelwein Huskies as we go around again in the Nickel East Conference. This is how we're setting up right now. Jesup coming in tonight 9-3 overall. Only losses on the year have been to Hudson, Denver, and a tough loss last week to West Delaware, 54-33. I guess a couple weeks now, almost where it's been. 3-4-0 in conference play in the nickel end of things. Had got the win at Sumner up there, beat Union at their place, beat Oelwein up there in early December, and then with the victory on Tuesday over Wapsie Valley, 52-25 here recently. Oelwein, they are 3-11 on the season. Wins over Union, Columbus, as well as West Central, as they are 1-3 in conference play. Again, with that sole win being in Union on the conference end of things. Again, we're set here very shortly for high school basketball on the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. We'll turn things over here very shortly to Dan Fox as we'll get our starting lineups here in Jesup tonight. Appreciate everybody joining us on Facebook or joining us on the YouTube channel as we will get underway here very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and we'll turn things over to Dan Fox.
Tonight's basketball game. A special welcome is extended to our guests from Oelwein High School. Jesup High School proudly supports and practices good sportsmanship by supporting your team, respecting the abilities of the opposition, and the decisions of the officials. You can create an environment that is reflective of the community. Be a class act, be a good sport, be a winner in the game of sportsmanship. Please welcome tonight's game officials: Rob Ratchford, Brandon Lieber, Nathan Saar. Now, the starting lineup for the Oelwein Huskies. A junior, number 3, Mackenzie C. A junior, number 5, Hayden Becker. A senior, number 10, Claire Prouty. A junior, number 31, Macy Westendorf. A junior, number 33, Haley Burke. The Huskies are coached by Jason Jesup. And now for our Jayhawks, a senior, number 2, Peyton Youngblood. A junior, number 11, Emma Booth. A junior, number 12, Jayden Booth. A sophomore, number 13, Emma Zabel. A senior, number 23, Olivia Nesbitt. The Jayhawks are coached by Jordan Conrad. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our nation and flag while paying respect to our men and women in uniform around the world who protect our liberties and way of life with the playing of our national anthem.
State National Anthem, the Jesup High School Orchestra getting that done tonight as we are set for high school basketball. And at halftime, special treat for all of you at home, it is cheerleader night, junior cheerleader night. So I think there's 40, maybe 50 young ladies and some boys in there too. That'll be a part of the cheer, took part in a cheer clinic, and that will be on display at halftime of the girls contest. So as we're talking to Coach Smines, we'll be sure to leave the camera on the floor so you get a chance at halftime. Maybe there's somebody you're trying to pay attention to, and very well might be a future Jayhawk cheerleader. Ready to tip things off tonight, Olivia Nesbitt matching up with Hayden Becker. Becker, a junior forward at 5'10". Nesbitt, senior, ready to go, and Emma Bowes will bring that one in. Off the tip, cross timeline. Peyton Youngblood really has come out of her shell this last week, has taken some chances, taken some risks, really has minimized the turnovers that she's allowed, taken some shots. We'll see how she comes tonight as she gets that one position, brings it across again mid-floor. Oelwein first on the scoreboard with C with those 2 points. Now trying to lob in to that center. A wide open Peyton Youngblood will bring it back out. Oelwein looking at a zone pressure right now, and a deep three doesn't go for Zabel. Jesup starting lineup, Peyton Youngblood, a senior guard, Emma Bowes, a junior guard. Junior guard Jaden Bowes, sophomore forward Emma Zabel, and Olivia Nesbitt, the senior forward. Oelwein on the floor. Leading scorer is Mackenzie C., 5'10", junior, 18 points per game. Hayden Becker, 14.1 points per game, a 5'10" junior guard. Claire Prouty, a senior at 5'6". Macy Westendorf in there as well as a starter, 5'5" guard, and a junior. And another junior, Haley Burke, in that starting lineup for Jason Yesick, head coach of Oelwein. Burke coming in at a height of 5'10" as a forward. And as you can see, Oelwein first out of the gate with a score, and Emma Bowes trying to change that as that ball gets stripped away. Going down floor and will not be able to be saved. Mackenzie C. was trying to get after it. Olivia Nesbitt is your leading scorer for Jesup on the season. 13.3 points per game. 45% from the field, 33% from the arch, 81% from the free throw line. Emma Bowes in that second slot as she will have the inbound at the baseline. 7.6 points per game. Been a key player in this contest, or this team, this season. Averaging about 35% from the field. Youngblood wide open. Archer misses the rim, misses the net. Jaden Bowes will pick up that rebound, and Nesbitt, she had a key shot, but that's going to get knocked away, and a foul is drawn on the shot. She'll go to the free throw line. As we said earlier, Nesbitt from that free throw line, 81% prior to that shot. Jesup's in the board, and they tie it up, although it's with free throws, and I'm sure Coach Jordan Conrad, he is wanting to see this offense and wants to see some shots going through that hoop. Nice double team up top of the arch. Playing relatively clean play inside. The official saw something a little tighter than maybe Jesup wanted to allow. It's going to be the first personal against Jaden Bowes, first for the team. Oelwein has one on their side of the scoreboard. And Westendorf lobs in, C with it. Cross over to Becker. Sees the pick. Jaden Bowes, nice coverage defensively, and a high archer not going to go for Westendorf. Ball is loose. Peyton Youngblood controlling her dribble. Goes right side. Cross midcourt. Emma high in that basket. Off the backboard, no good. Nesbitt, she will have it. Jaden Bowes looking at it from that corner. Up top with Zabel, she eyed it as well. 5:37 to go first quarter. Bounce in Nesbitt, using that white box on the board like you're supposed to, and she gets it in. Jesup, first lead tonight. Zabel 4 points, a basket, 2 free throws. Spin of the paint, Becker. Oelwein will get that tied back up. Force in Emma Bowes, try to draw the foul. Emma, a little fright. Giving Westendorf something to think about as she's bringing that ball down the floor. Under 5 minutes, first quarter. Shot up from Becker, misses it, gets her board, and gets that score. Thanks for following along the Jayhawks Sports Network tonight from Heartland Technology. No matter where you're at tonight, following along, root for the Huskies or root for the Jayhawks, or randomly came across us on YouTube or Facebook. And we will see a turnover on that shot, which will now bring substitutions in for Jesup, as Weber makes her way to the floor, as does Marley Shizzle. Two players that underclassmen have seen quite a bit of playing time and have really improved their play this season. And wow, give credit to a senior getting that score. And we talked about Peyton Youngblood putting up the shots, and she is one that has come out in this last week and has taken the chances, taken the shots, controlled her dribbles. And Dylan Vogel will make her way out, the freshman on this team that has seen also considerable minutes. Fun player to watch. Be interesting to see her as she comes up through Jesup High School in this team. Continues to build her skills. Shizzle gets the go, or gets the give, puts it up. Now Oelwein, seeing if they can capitalize on that turnover. Jesup, zone press, jumper left side, rolls away. And that was Burke with that shot. Oelwein has yet to go to their bench, and Vogel's going to try a three. Rolls up, rolls away. Down floor. Peyton Youngblood there waiting. Vogel comes in, tries to stick a hand on it. We're going to see a whistle. And they will count it against Peyton Youngblood. So it'll be the second team foul for the Jayhawks. First one for Peyton Youngblood. And the free throw up and through for Mackenzie C. When these two teams met last time, Jesup was dominant 61-30 in that contest. And you look at this historic series since 2020, Jesup has dominated 8-1. Jesup coming back. More confidence there. Continue to see the play of Olivia Nesbitt build. Jesup back to inbound, and they'll give it to Dylan Vogel, run point. Start this offense. Shizzle here on the near side. That defense collapsing quickly around that freshman, trying to open some things up offensively for Jesup, and Nesbitt was in the spot inside the lane where she needed to be, and she's got 8 points, and it's 11-8 game. And it's one-on-one, and Nesbitt heads up right away saying that's a double dribble, and the official saw it as well. In that game back in December 10th, when Oelwein hosted Jesup. Jesup opened up that first quarter 19-9. Olivia Nesbitt had 18 points in that contest. Jaden Bowes with 11. Emma Bowes had 9. It was a light second quarter and a heavier fourth quarter with a 21-7 run. Again, that was a 31-point victory as Jesup opened the season and went to 2-2 after that contest. .148 to play, first quarter. Oelwein and Jesup. Jesup in the white home unis with the orange trim. Black away uniforms with the purple and gold trim for Oelwein. Marley will save that. But Oelwein will get it back, and Jesup will take it back. Dylan Vogel slowing things down. In on that dribble, goes through some traffic, front of the rim, gets her own rebound, puts it up one more time, back of the rim, no good. Lands in Weber's arms, and a whistle blown. Zabel back in the contest. Haley Burke back in as Nevaeh Stewart had come in for Oelwein. Stewart, 5'7" senior on this team for Oelwein. Baseline Bowes eyes that hoop. Still looking for the first points for that Jesup player, and she finally finds it. Emma again averaging almost 8 points per game. Junior for the Jayhawks and Coach Conrad. Shot from Zabel, she finds it, and I think that's just going to be, we're going to give her a 2 or give her a 3. 30-second timeout is going to be taken by Oelwein and Jason Yesick. And they will credit Emma Zabel with a 3-point play. Didn't know if she was inside the paint at that point. Again, talked about this week, a busy one here in the gym. Boys winning on Tuesday against Wapsie Valley, or girls winning on Tuesday against Wapsie Valley. Wrestling last night. Oelwein basketball tonight. Jesup wrestling traveling down to Marion and the Cedar Rapids Metro tomorrow for a tournament. And next week, Sumner Fred, boy-girl doubleheader Monday. Jesup alums Carson Leenow and Camden Oshner will have the call for that. Try and bring them in once a year, it seems like, at least. And then Luke Baldwin and Roger Oberhauser have the call on Tuesday with the boys' varsity game against Wapsie Valley. And then it's senior night a week from tonight. As Jesup will host Union. Shot late in this first quarter. It's going to leave a score 16-8. Started off slow, and Jesup just kept chipping away at it as they come out of that one here in this first quarter. Again with that advantage, 16-8. Go into the second. Oelwein looking at where they've been. Tuesday night they were at Sumner Fred. Lost a tough one, 47-43. Had a 5-game break prior to that. Coming out of Christmas break, they had a busy schedule. January 2nd, Lost to Denver. Must have been on a Thursday, a Friday night against Waukon. That was a loss. Faced Grundy Center on the 7th. That was a loss. So Oelwein does have some skilled players. Just trying to bring it all together when you look at how they are statistically. And they've been averaging as a team 46.6 points per game. Jesup right in there as well at 47. But Jesup's only allowed almost 36 points, and Oelwein has given up just over 56 points on average. 8 fresh minutes up on the board. Start this first half, or second period of this first half. Coming up at halftime, junior cheer exhibition. Nice breakaway from Youngblood. One look at her defender. Takes it all the way, can't get it. Nesbitt had the shot, looked like she got hit on the elbow. But we're going to see Oelwein give it back to Jesup on a travel. I believe that was Becker. And now you got to convert on this opportunity, and Nesbitt is going to be sure to do that, take her to double numbers. And a total of 10 points, leading all scorers. Pouty tried to make that pass. Couldn't quite get it to Burke. Force in Nesbitt. Zabel. She held her space on that block and found the basket. Zabel to 5 total. 3 attempt, Becker. No good, Emma Bowes pulls that down. Continue to pass it. Shot clock has not been an issue at either end of the floor. Both teams not wasting much time before they get shots off, and that would have been a beautiful play, just a missed catch by Emma Bowes, and a free throw length shot from Nesbitt. She is on a roll. Give her 12 tonight. Halftime, we'll also talk to boys basketball coach Joe Smines. He thought he was going to have 3 games this week. Wapsie Valley's squad had illness, so they had to postpone the Wapsie Valley boys contest to be Tuesday of next week, just be a JV varsity night.
Many cheerleaders, please meet the cheerleaders in the hallway by the trophy cases. Parents, please walk your child out and drop them off. Many cheerleaders, please meet the cheerleaders in the hallway by the trophy case. Parents, please walk your child out and
Just looking ahead to next week as you look at, or even tomorrow, you talk about varsity tournament for wrestling down at Marion, but JV, they're going to be at Independence in a contest. And if you're in Jesup and you have kids in school, probably just a gentle reminder that there is no school on Monday because of MLK Day and also a teacher development day. So beware of that as we're just 4 days into the new semester. 2 back-to-back weeks of 5 days. Monday, like we said, JV varsity contests with Sumner Fred. Boys will get a fresh soft game in there as well. Tuesday. JV varsity with Wapsie Valley. Just see if there's any other contests that are happening at the lower grades. Looks like on Thursday next week, middle school boys basketball hosting Denver. And wrestling will be down in North Tama. Back in action here, South Gym and Jesup on the J-Hawks Sports Network. I'm Nate Kleber from the upper patio here. Anthony Vaughn the controls, Eric Clark on camera, and Jesup consistently putting shots up. You got to give them credit. for that effort. And they will attack if that shot is missed, trying to bring the rebounds back. And Oelwein's left side shot doesn't go for C. Rebound into the Zabel's hands. Emma, she's a couple feet off that three-point line. She thought about taking it. Zabel took it instead. And we'll bring it back with Oelwein. Oelwein going towards that north basket. Top with C. Now to Becker, come baseline. Sees a double team, still continues. Nesbitt just had a hand on it. Knocked it once, then knocks it down again. Under 5 till halftime. Big crowd tonight. A lot of parents bring their kids out, be a part of the cheer exhibition here at halftime. Nice to have some extra eyes in the stands. Outside shot again for Becker. Gets it up. Foul is called. And she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. I wouldn't say it's not a fouls in this contest at all between either quarters. Hayden Becker averaging 14.1 points per game. 41% from the field, 38% almost from the arch, beyond the arch. Rolls out, pulled down with Zabel. Vogel, Emma Bose, Zabel, Jaden Bose, Nesbitt, all in for Jesup. Fast break. Wow, Emma wasn't really watching behind her, but she turned around when she needed to and disrupted that fast break. Oelwein has only scored 1 point since the end of that first quarter. Jaden Bose will sit down along with Zabel. Shizzle, Vogel, Weber, Nesbitt, Emma Bose in. Jesup really having no problem giving Oelwein some space in the perimeter, but really attacking inside there, and I believe they'll count that foul against Peyton Weber. And that will be the 3rd team foul for Jesup. First one for Weber. And a shot on that inbound. Give credit on that attempt from C. Especially you could tell eyeing for Emma Bose, but she wasn't going to dish that out, even though she had an opportunity to take it in there. Open shot from Nesbitt, but Vogel quickly coming in there, and Emma's got to get out of that paint. Vogel with a 3, clears the rim, gets saved by Emma Bose from going out, but Oelwein will have it. She hit the floor hard. Weber come over to help her up. Becker back to the free throw line. Drops that one in there. Take her to 6. She leads Oelwein tonight. Misses that second one, but rebound and conversion for C. 22-12. Dylan Vogel needing to get rid of that, and that's going to be too long. Timeout is taken by Coach Jordan Conrad. Take a 30-second timeout. Just kind of looking down there to the huddle and kind of charting some plays baseline. Better defining that movement of what the offense needs to do. So we'll watch for that. As Jaden Bose will have that inbound on the far side. And a hard throw is going to go over Dylan Vogel's head and scratch that play this time. And I'm sure Dylan is frustrated, as is Bose. Just a mental mistake there that they can correct. Corner side. Burke goes up, in and out of the rim. Nesbitt waiting for it. Vogel. She gets the key to try and get this offense back in order. Shizzle really in that exchange position, getting the ball where she needs to get him for the shooters to take their opportunities, and that one will fly out off of C's hands. Jesup will retain possession. Zabel will come in, and Emma Bose looking a little tired. She'll come to the sideline. Halftime just around the corner. Break out quickly on this inbound. Lob it up, Vogel. Wide open, Vogel. She gets it back in from Shizzle. In the paint, up and rolls in. Freshman with her first score of the night. She's got some awareness on that floor. One of her teammates are know where that ball is. And they're getting aggressive out there. Turnover. Travel call will bring Jesup back with a possession inbound. All the parents in tonight that have gobbled up the student section. But that will certainly probably open up here after halftime. Head coach Joe Smines making his way up to the upper patio here. Less than a minute to go. Joe, welcome in.
Hello, Nate.
50 seconds on that clock. And a takeaway for C. They're aggressive, going after it. What that score is, Joe, Oelwein doesn't seem to be. The game just shouldn't be the score shouldn't be what I'm seeing.
No, I
as
agree.
far as how Oelwein's playing.
I agree. But I learned a long time ago in this league, in ICL, it's never easy, ever. Too many good players, too many good coaches. Just how it goes.
Shizzle with that ball up top. 10 seconds on that shot clock, and a deep play from Zabel.
Another one.
That'll take her to 10 total.
That 2 for her?
That's 2 for her.
I can count that after it. I can count that high.
For now.
Yeah,
Your shoes aren't off yet either.
Good point. Blew my shoe out of practice the other day at junior high. Solid.
Did you just tape it up or did you replace it?
No, I didn't break it. It just came off mid-demonstration, and I was on the floor. So
maybe tie him a little
made
tighter?
A little tighter, and I'm taking after Coach Baldwin, I guess, now.
All right. Yeah. Just don't get
never live that one
a
down.
new limb.
Yep. Or lose a finger.
Well, or have a son like Luke.
Where's Luke tonight? Christmas party?
Volleyball tournament or something is what he said.
He's not playing, is he?
No.
That'd be a sight to see.
Supervising, I think, is what he's most likely doing.
Good
29-15, but I don't know who's supervising him.
Absolutely nobody.
Jesup with the score right now, again, 29-15. Leading scorer for the Jayhawks is Nesbitt, and 8 points for Becker. And bring up head coach Joe Smines. Coach, you thought you were going to have 3 games this week. That changed with the postponement of Wapsie Valley last week or on Tuesday. But let's rewind. Let's go back in time a little bit to last week, and we talked. I think prior to Grundy Center.
Yep.
Let's talk about the Grundy Center game. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it, but there's some things you probably learned out of that game.
Absolutely. I thought, first of all, they're really, 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 really good. You can see why they were in the quarterfinals in basketball last year. State champion football team. They were playing out their best scorer, Jalen Kirkpatrick, and it didn't phase them one bit. A sign of a good team. They had us down 31-4. I don't remember ever getting pushed around like that in a quarter by somebody. But to our kids' credit, we challenged them at the quarter break that we're not going to give up. We're going to keep pecking away at it, try to get better. And, by the time we get down to the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter, I think it was a 13 or 14-point game. And, kids showed a ton of heart to keep battling, keep competing, and got great leadership. Obviously, we got beat, but there was a lot of good things that came from that ball game. I'm usually not a big on moral victories, but there was a lot of good stuff that occurred after the first about 10 minutes.
Well, you could kind of see a deer in headlights a little bit that first quarter, just as quickly as it was happening. But, as quickly out of the gate as they were, and how many minutes those starters maybe really have played throughout the year, but playing a full game like they have so far this season, it wore on. You could see the difference in their legs.
Absolutely. I thought
Grundy Center.
Exactly. At some point, I thought maybe early in the fourth, actually more end of the third, I thought, we had kind of, settled the pace a little bit. They looked like the team that was kind of real, and we were coming at them, and, we were too far down. They're really good, and their starters were still out there. They were still trying to get better, but there was a lot of good things that came from that game. Just the competing part of it. We didn't give in. That game could have gone from 27 or 30 to 50 very easily, and they've done that to a lot of teams this year, so we'll take the positive from learning experience from that ball game. Well,
and then roll over to Ackley, Geneva Wellsburg Steamboat Rock on Friday, and didn't get any easier seemingly as it should have been.
No.
But it took a fire to get some things going for your guys.
It seems like every time we go over there, and Ackley's had a good program for a long time, and they've fallen some hard times here the last probably 3 or 4 years. I've known their head coach for 35 years. Our parents were classmates at Ackley. But every time we go over there, it just seems to be a grinder. And, we showed some signs of tiredness, I thought, in the first half. Didn't shoot the ball well. Ball didn't go in the basket. That always makes you look poor when you don't shoot the ball well. Our defense was fine all night. We gave up 18 in the first half and held them to 2 in the fourth quarter. But, we got some huge productions from Pax McCone. Had a really good second half. Hit 0 at halftime, 13 in the second half. I thought Gage Wymore hit some huge shots for us in both halves. Then we made just enough plays down the stretch to win. That's our 3rd win this year by less than 5 points. So hasn't been easy. It's never easy in this conference, no matter who you're
playing.
That's
such an interesting gym to play in.
Absolutely.
The ceiling's a little lower. The crowd's right there.
Yep.
And but that's the North Gym kind of has that feel.
I told Coach Schmidt on the way home, I said, I love playing in that game against Ackley. And it was a great might be the best atmosphere we've played in all year. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Denver old gym, maybe a little bit nicer. But I miss that old school feel a little bit. And to Ackley's credit, they've gotten a lot better. They competed really hard. They got a physical group, and they wanted to win the ball game. They'd won the night before for their first win, so you could see some confidence there. And luckily, found a way to get the job done. But it was not pretty.
Yeah, I was mentioning it here earlier today to somebody, and I look at where Landon Vogel was to start the year, and kind of a quiet kid. He's productive. But I've seen him really kind of take a position on the floor now as a leader, and he's getting after some things. And, you see Ryan Treptow, 22 points a game. Landon's in there at 12. But Ryan's 22 doesn't happen without Landon.
You're absolutely right. Landon's a kid that he's had kind of an odd high school career in some regards. He had a freshman year, had a really nice year, was kind of a drive to the basket, in the lane type player. Played a lot of JV in freshman that year. His sophomore year, looking for big things from him. Sprained the ankle fairly badly, and actually broke his ankle in the Grundy Center game back from break his sophomore year. Missed the rest of the year. Junior year took a little bit of time for him to get acclimated. I thought he played his best basketball at the end of the year last year for us. But the one thing he's grown, you're right, is his leadership. I saw a ton of it at South Hardin when we really needed it. Saw a ton of it at Ackley. He did not play his best game skill-wise, but his leadership was huge for us in the second half. Just communicating to guys what we need to do. I'm really proud of how he's developed into a leader for us. And, I can't believe he's a senior already. It seems like he just started. But, we got to have those type of things happen because not everybody's going to play their best every night. I wish he did because we need him to score for us. But his leadership's been really good, especially in practice. That's where it really starts.
Well, and you mentioned Paxton McCone early on. He's played a lot of basketball in a Jayhawk uniform and outside a Jayhawk uniform. And, it just felt like, okay, where's Paxton? Where are we at?
Yep.
And he showed up last week.
Yeah, and like I said, I thought Paxton last year really made a huge move between probably ended middle of December through January. And then he got in our rotation a little bit at the end of the year, and deservingly so. Then he kind of started this year a little bit slowly in terms of basketball-wise. And I thought he'd have a little quicker because he had a great football season for us. But that happens sometimes. Hopefully he keeps playing his best basketball. Like I said, we don't win that Ackley game without him. In order for us to be successful going forward, we got to have guys like that step up and be good for us as seniors. Last year it was Sly. The year before it was, Yexley and Durham. We got to have those complimentary guys step up and be good players for us and productive players for us. And he's on that path right now. He's really practiced well the last 2 weeks, and hopefully he keeps playing well tonight for us. We need him.
Quite a few games yet. I'd say we're past that halfway point. I guess when you're looking at where you're at in the season right now, and it's coming at you quick. You got 3 next week, and I think that'll be another 2 or 3, I guess, that week after. And you're bringing up some of those younger guys, and you look across. You get a lot of seniors on that team.
We do.
So you still kind of you don't want to necessarily jump ahead to 25, 26, but you're thinking about it.
Oh yeah, that's part of being a head coach. I'm always thinking about those things. You're not doing your job if you don't think about those things. Obviously, the season's the most important, but also the development of our younger guys, no matter what that is important. On Tuesday we didn't have our game, got canceled versus Wapsie, and we had our seniors basically play against next year's, I would say, our top 8 to 10 guys with a little bit of movement, so the seniors had enough guys. But it was a competitive practice, and I like to do those things every so often. I think it's important for your program development just to do those things, and that's why we try to play a full fresh soft schedule and a full JV schedule. And right now we're doing that with about 19 guys, and kids are getting a lot of time. And but like I said, it comes down to this year's group. The seniors just put a lot of time into it. I tell the younger guys all the time that, give it all you have because you do it for the seniors, and when you're seniors, guys will do it for you. And that's kind of what our mantra has been in terms of developing through the years. So. Because I remember when your son was a freshman, and now he's a senior, and he's, he does a great job for us in practice along with Logan. We got to have those guys. We got to have 7, 8 guys out every year. And unfortunately, we had some years where we've had only 2 or 3 seniors. It's nice to have multiple guys out to be able to practice, and those guys are all important. Everybody's important in our program for us to be successful.
Well, yeah, especially I think Luke and I were talking against the Grundy Center game. You can't practice against that.
No.
No. Unless, I don't know who you're bringing in.
No.
To be ready for what they're going to present for your top 5.
No, it's, I don't mean this jokingly, but, we get a good laugh at practice sometimes when we go through personnel and we run through team sets and, hey, Dan, you're going to be Jalen Kirkpatrick tonight from Grundy Center. I mean, that's just not a fair comparison, but everybody gets a good chuckle out of it, and that kind of keeps things lively. But our guys that run the scout team stuff for my 10 years here have always done a great job. They have fun with it. They want to get our varsity guys better, the guys that play better, and you're right, you can't simulate that stuff. It's impossible to. Unless some years you have 15 guys where you're 15 deep, and we've had that, in the state tournament year we kind of had that, but even then it was hard. But, everybody lives in that mode, but your son and some other guys that don't get to play a lot on the varsity level obviously play a huge role for us and on the scout team things, and, it is nice to, to have those guys that care about that too, so.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight as you go once more against Oelwein, and I guess just some closing thoughts as you hit the second round of the nickel run here.
First of all,
Nickel
Oelwein,
East run.
Yeah, Salzer is a really good player for them. He's played for 4 years. He's a big man inside, shoots the 3 well. Tough matchup for us, but Oelwein, Oelwein's well coached. They got guys that want to compete, and second time through here, basically minus Wapsie. We haven't played yet, but we'll get them here next week. But everybody's got a little film on now, so it's now when the true who's the teams that are tougher and more prepared usually win. So hopefully that's us tonight.
Well, Joe, thanks for coming up and good luck.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it as always.
All right, that's head coach Joe Smines as we talk boys basketball from where they were at last week and into tonight and into next week as the schedule just gets busy. And, one thing we mentioned on Tuesday, he came up and talked to us during the girls' game with Wapsie, but, you look at their last 6 games, they do finish at home with a JV varsity on the 13th of February against Waukon, but they're on the road from January 31st at East Marshall, then at Bosco, then at Wapsie Valley, then at Columbus, and then at Dyke New Hartford on February 11th. So it's a busy road stretch, but there was also a pretty key stretch here between January 14th. Actually, what was supposed to be January 14th on Tuesday with Wapsie, running all the way through January 24th. Those are all home games. So it's nice to be at home to play and make sure you're ready to hit the road. Here in this second half, as Jesup comes out of the locker room with a 29-15 lead, and Emma Bowes out of the gate gets that shot up and gets her 4 points so far on the night. Getting a 13-7 advantage in that second quarter. And Oelwein. Looks like there's just some debris on the floor that officials want to make sure is cleaned off so we can be assured no injuries or anything goes wrong with these players. At this point in the season especially. Well, any time of the season you don't want that. Nice breakaway from Emma. Eyed that pass. Going to slow things down a little bit. Get this offense a little more set up. Looking for opportunities, and Nesbitt will take one. Take her to 14 total. And it'll take a little extra step on a travel. And there's been some turnovers that I know Oelwein has regretted. So they will move the inbound, and this happened a few times where the Jesup players assumed it was going to be inbound baseline, and the officials have moved it over. I know some of those rules have changed as far as the inbounding. Jaden Bowes quick in. Turn to Zabel, misses the shot, pulls away the rebound after Emma and Olivia had touches on it. But Oelwein will take it back. And last time out, these two met back in December on the 10th. Oelwein was still looking to win a game before that. And Jesup beat him 61-30. Hayden Becker for Oelwein had 8 points that night. Haley Burke had 6. Hannah Patrick had 6. And a shot in and out from Sia. A little disappointment on her face as that one rolls out. Bowes. Trying to find her position in that paint. Knew how much time she was or where she was at. The Youngblood tries the three, rim this time. Looked like it was going to back roll a little bit. A little back spin. Jesup will have the possession. And now Youngblood. Gemma Bowes sees the opportunity, almost banks that one in, pulled away from Westendorf. Jesup Trying to really control that guard court. Wow, disappointing for Oelwein on that attempt, in and out. The ball almost seemed halfway in the hoop before it dropped back out. Nice pick there, set by Nesbitt to set up Youngblood. She misses it. Nesbitt has the pull down, actually Zabel with a pull down put up. And Youngblood, like we talked about, there's an energy level coming from Peyton Youngblood here in this last week and a half. That's really sparked her play as a basketball player. Marley Shiz will make her way in. Emma Bowes will get a break, get a breather. And Dylan Vogel will replace Youngblood. Oelwein. Quick on the inbound, look for the attempt, and I believe that was Pouty. It was. She's in the book for the first time with that big three, making it 33-18. Zabel had a good look at it. Had to change, had to step over a little bit, made the adjustment, makes the shot. She's at 14, actually 12 total is what we have her down. Under 5 minutes, third quarter. Another attempt in that same slot. Burke this time misses it. Vogel controls that dribble. Nesbitt with a triple team. Eyeing for Nesbitt to find that ball, reaches high up and goes to the hoop one more time. 16 total. Zabel or Nesbitt will come out. Weber now back in the game. Free throw attempt with Becker, who's sitting with 7 points right now. Sinka had another one in there. She's been at that charity stripe quite a bit for the Huskies. I'm impressed how many of the young cheerleaders and their families have stuck around here after halftime. Usually see an exodus, but they see something interesting and want to support the Jayhawks. We'll keep them into the second game. I do see one notable departure in the stands. Must have cut out. Under 4 minutes. And a breakaway. We've seen this again. Mackenzie C has taken advantage of these opportunities, and that time she converts on a steal breakaway. And she's at 11 total. Hayden Becker, second leading scorer with 8. Most of hers have been free throws. Vogel not afraid to go baseline. Little turnaround pass into Zabel, and Peyton Weber pulls that off the floor, puts it up, draws the foul. She earns the basket and trying to get the and one. Ball's loose. Shizzle. She came fast track from the near side. Passes up and a whistle blown, or shot up and whistle blown. And Vogel will, actually no, they will count that. I thought it was Vogel, but it'll be Jaden Bowes. That'll be her second personal, 4th team foul against Jesup. So this is as close as we've seen a team to get to the bonus, and most likely they will with 3 minutes remaining. Back of the rim, no good. Actually, back of the rim in. Continue to build on that free throw stat line. 10 points total now for Hayden Becker. Emma Bowes, calculated in her offense. Finds Shizzle, who gets her first shot up of the night. And a whistle. And just to look like a stoppage of play. I don't know if Dylan Vogel caught her in the eye, if that's what took place. Caught Jenna Cox, who's in the game for Oelwein. It's a brief stoppage of play. And there's Becker, will jump in, take the shot, steps inside that three-point line. And now she's the leading scorer with 12 for the Huskies. And Emma Bowes with a left-handed shot. Doesn't fall, draws a foul. We'll go to the free throw line, and Hayden Becker disagreeing on that call. That will be her 3rd personal. 2nd one for Oelwein as a team in this quarter. And that one will go right through the net. Emma with 5 total. She's been averaging 7.6 on the season. That one right through as well. Technique on the free throw, spot on. Cox, top of the key, dish it back out to C, but a cross-court pass is going to be obstructed. And here comes Dylan Vogel. They're leading that offense to that 1 spot. Little lead in for Zabel, looking for an opening, and I think she was kind of hoping that Vogel will be there quick enough, and Becker just waiting for the defenders to pass and takes advantage of the freedom, and now she's at 14 total. Wide open Zabel, rim no good. Shizzle had a hand on it, saves it. Emma Bowes will save it. Shizzle had a good response where she needed to be to set up Vogel for that shot and that basket to drop, giving her 4 total now. 60 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Vogel fights for that one, and Becker was attacking. That should take her to 4 personal fouls, and will Coach Jesup keep her in? Yep, nope, yep, they're going to bring her out. Burke and Prouty coming off the bench. C on the floor, along with Stewart and Burke. That's the Oelwein lineup. Defense obstructs that pass, and they know if they're going to try and take advantage of Jesup, they got to get down that floor quick, and we've seen them take advantage of it. So C to the free throw line now with a total of 13 points on that fast break. Chance for the 3-point play, and will convert on it. Take her to 14. 35 seconds. Vogel, little stiff arm. holds that dribble. Shizzle found Zabel, lean into Bose. She can't do anything with it. Back out to Zabel. That ball is loose, and Jesup keeps attacking on the defensive rebounds. And a wide open attempt from the corner for Cox. Actually strike that Burke. Makes it a 11-point margin here at the end of the third period. The Huskies heating it up here a little bit more. Give them credit. Again, the key that seemed to be what they need to do is get down on that floor as quickly as they can, even though Jesup's got some speed. But Oelwein, I think, just a little bit quicker and have been able to take advantage on fast breaks. In that third period, Oelwein had the point advantage, 19-16. And you flash back to look at that score in December. Really, I think that was a time when Jesup was still trying to figure out the roles of this team. Some of the young players, some of the more experienced players, but again, beating Oelwein 61-30 up at Oelwein back in December. Seniors for Oelwein, Anna Patrick, Claire Prouty, both were starters. Macy Schulmeister, a senior. DeVos Stewart has made her way in off the bench as well. As the rest are juniors, with the exception of Grace Lewis, who's a sophomore. Have not seen her tonight. And Prouty will take an extra step. Next up for Jesup. Right away Monday, face Sumner Fred. And Sumner Fred lost to Jesup up at their place back in December. Game after they played Oelwein, 50-23 was that score. Really ran away with that one. Lily Nesbitt continues to build on her score with 18, and there's some excitement on that Jesup bench with that turnover. Youngblood, good control with that dribble. All starters on the floor right now with the exception of Zabel. Seeing Emma, or actually Peyton Weber on the floor. Boys game will follow. That'll be a whole new feed, I guess you would say. A new item on YouTube and a new item on Facebook. So you have to break, once this will shut down, you have to click on the new one once we light that one up. And thanks to all following along the J-Hawks Sports Network. Almost 100 connections right now viewing this game, no matter where you're at. And a whistle. First foul of this fourth quarter, as again, we're just underway. And that's the first personal against Stewart, who's off the bench. Nesbitt, left side, didn't take much effort with that one, didn't need it. She's able to now put herself at 20 points. Having a great night tonight, the senior. Focused on a goal to get this victory, and kind of saw her grab her knee there a little bit as she stretched up to get that ball. Just keep fighting through that, I'm going to guess. Oelwein's schedule will take them next week to North Fayette. And then also to Union. And into next week over to AGWSR. As they will be beginning with Union, they'll have a 4-game road stretch. Clock moving here, last quarter. Boys team waiting in the wings. Nesbitt had a touch on it, but Oelwein going to tie up in that one. This might very well be our first jump ball tonight. First jump possession. Oelwein will have it. And we will see Nesbitt come out. Zabel will take her place. See if she's going to check her knee a little bit, but pay no regards to that. Must not be an issue. Molly Shizzle will come in for Jaden Bowes. There's Peyton Youngblood. Point guard spot. Jesup, the only one that scored in this quarter. Shizzle's long shot is missed, and it is a track meet down to the end of the floor. And that save from Oelwein almost bounced off of Shizzle, but put on a little gymnastics display. Get away from that ball. Does go eventually out off of Jesup. One of that backcourt. And Emma Bowes will race by her. Look, almost taking an extra step, but takes it on her own. 16 points for her. Actually, no, strike that. 8 points for her. Foul down by the baseline. Jenna Cox, 5'7" junior, making her way off the bench for the Huskies. Haley Burke on the floor, along with Hayden Becker. And a shot from the near side, and Burke misses it. Rebound, nice follow-up there from C. Now Bowes, I thought maybe she's going to take it at it one more time again. But talking about defensive rebounding skill sets from Emma Bowes, and just got tripped up, couldn't hold the dribble. A little disappointed, but interesting thing about Emma Bowes is she hangs on to that for about 5 seconds. And once she sees that game coming at her again, she seemingly wipes that from her mind and gets back to it again, and this time slow it again. I thought certainly that the jump possession was going to be back towards Jesup. Does sail out of bounds, and we'll see Shizzle inbound it in front of the Oelwein team. Emma in that corner with Peyton Youngblood. In a 17-point margin, and I was going to say, I wonder how much if they will try and slow some things down a little bit, but Zabel continues attacking. 14 total. Weber pulls away. I think she was surprised, just waiting for a whistle. There wasn't one. But she pulled that away. Now Bowes a hop, skip, and a jump as she will get an offensive charge. And a good job in the paint. Looked like Jenna Cox held her base down low and accepted that charge. And quick conversation between officials. A question from Oelwein's coach. But it wasn't countered by the officials or considered by the officials. 2:34 to play in the game. Oelwein looking to continue on the losing side. Jesup on the Nickel East standings to date. To the three teams they've played in the Nickel East, they're 3-0 right now, tied up with Wapsie Valley. Sumner Fred at 1-2, Oelwein 1-2, Union at 0-4, still looking for a conference win, at least in the pod. Two minutes. Wide open, Zabel. Rim. There's Becker with a pull down. Leading score on the floor for Jesup, Olivia Nesbitt, 20 points. Becker trying to get by Zabel, not going to allow it. Take a three this time. That one's going to count in. And a timeout is wanted. A 30-second timeout is won by Jason Yesick, the Oelwein coach. And that's 17 total points now for Hayden Becker. And Becker averages 14.1 points per game, 41% from the field, 38% from the arch, beyond the arch. And it'll be interesting to see this team next year for Oelwein, returning 4 starters, including Cox and Stewart, who have come off the bench as substitutes. Aspen Weir in the game now, as we see some changes for Oelwein going to the bench. Macy Schulmeister in there as well. So the seniors getting some playing time along with Alyssa Stewart. Coach Conrad has kept with the players he's been using. No shooting shirts off for the players on the bench, but you know, you've got Ella DeVore and Lainey Schilling, Carmen Nuring. All had playing time, considerable playing time in the JV game here prior to this. .45 seconds. And they will work that clock. 15, Peyton Youngblood. 1 3-pointer to her name. Will push in Nesbitt, and she will go to 22 total. Out of bounds, and Oelwein will have it here in the last 16.1. Baseline with confidence. Alyssa Stewart, that one's going to get knocked away, and that will close out the game. 55-37. Jesup is victorious. They will go on to a record of 10-3 on the season. 5-0 in nickel play in the East. Oelwein 3-12 overall, 1-4 in the nickel East. Boys contest is coming up next right here on the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Stay with us. For Anthony Baugh, our on-site producer, as well as Eric Clark, I'm Nate Claber from the upper patio here in Jesup. Girls win 55-37 or Oelwein. Watch this game again on YouTube or Facebook. This is the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks and good evening.